Hey, what's happening, y'all? So, in the middle of putting a PSC steering kit on this JK. It's their hydro assist kit for the JK 1 ton. Kind of forget the part number, but they've got a kit that's for your builder type guys that are putting 1 ton axles on your Jeep. It works great. It's nice. Didn't come with a cooler. I've got a Ripp Supercharger for this Jeep. It normally sits like right here, but I had to throw a new pump and all that kind of stuff on, so I had to pull that off. But trying to find a spot for the power steering cooler or hydro assist cooler kind of made it a pain with the Supercharger intercooler in the way. There's a few spots you could throw it. You could probably throw it down there. I've got an onboard air system on the Jeep. It's kind of in the way. You could throw it back behind it, like down there on that cross member, like one of those Darrell style coolers, those big round finned ones. But if you wanted to throw one on here for about 20 bucks, Advanced Auto Parts had this on their shelf. It's an Emperial Automotive Products Econokool, part number 241009. It's a little, the dimensions on it are like 3/4 of an inch thick, about 2.5 inches wide, about 9 inches long. But it's a slim line cooler. It works great if you have to have an intercooler, or you happen to have an intercooler on your Jeep and you've got limited space behind the grill, but you want a slick spot to put that thing. You can stick it on the back of your intercooler. Try to mount it high up on the intercooler. A lot of times the way that the condenser and the radiator sit in there, they've actually got a rake to them. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it causes the gap between the intercooler and the AC condenser to get pretty small at the bottom, so you have to mount it up top. But you can see the caps for the little push throughs. And those are the mounts. They kind of push through the intercooler and through the actual power steering assist cooler, whatever. But I'll see if I can get a shot of it, show you how I got it in there mounted. There it is right there. So that makes it pretty easy, guys. Notice it's not touching the AC condenser, but you can kind of see that a lot, just the way that the brackets came with how the AC, the intercooler mounts behind the grill, and the way the plumbing and all fits, and how you have to, I think they'll probably all be a little bit different, but most of them be the same. You wind up generating kind of like a V gap between the two. So you want to mount it kind of high, but that makes a slick little spot if you have to have a, a hydro assist cooler for your Jeep. But I think it'll work pretty nice. It is going to be a pain in the tail to change spark plugs now, and I've got long tube headers on this Jeep, and I eat spark plug wires and spark plugs up all the time. But I'm not too happy about that. But if you are looking for a way to throw a cooler for your steering system on a supercharged Jeep or turbocharged Jeep with an intercooler, that's a sweet little part number for you guys. Again, that was Emperial Automotive Products Econokool, part number 241009. And it works pretty well. And you can make it kind of slick. You can see the hoses there. But you really can't tell that it's mounted to the back of the intercooler unless you get sideways and actually see the little caps for the push-through mounts. But they work great. I think that'll add some cooling to the steering system and, whatever. But hopefully it'll work out. If you guys had any questions on how to do that or whatever, leave it in the comments. But maybe that'll shed some light for you guys that are in this same kind of boat I was. Supercharged JK, trying to figure out where you're going to put your power steering cooler. That works. Mount it to the back of the intercooler. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. If you have any questions, hit me up.